The Briefing, brought to you by PNA Grant Thornton, where we decode the essentials of professional services and beyond. We are onto a special segment as we celebrate the stories and successes of inspiring women this Women's Month. Okay, today we are here to take you through our firm's initiatives in achieving gender parity and how our homegrown leaders drive a transformative change. So, whether you're just starting out or sharpening your edge, this is your briefing for success. With us today are PNA Grant Thornton's Empowered Women Leaders, Attorney Lea Roque, Principal for Tax Advisory and Compliance, Mary Grace Morales-Joboco, Principal for Business Process Solutions, and lovely Chams Villamora-Dacanay, Partner for Advisory Services. Once again, welcome to The Briefing. To start off this episode, we'll discuss equality in leadership and representation. But I'd like to know first, what is an empowered woman to you, Lea?
I've developed an acronym for that. So I think an empowered woman is a wise woman. And that's WIS. EW, she is a warrior. She knows what's important and she's willing and she has the means to fight for them. She's inspirational. She's an influencer. She can influence the people around her because of the things that she's advocating. And then S, secure. She is very secure. But secure is a journey, no? It doesn't mean that she's already confident at the very start. It's something that's her destination. She knows that she has to be secure and she is working towards that. And then E is educated. Educated doesn't mean that she has a lot of college degrees, but of course that helps. But educated is she's in the search for knowledge. She knows that she needs to continually improve herself. So with that, she is wise and she's empowered.
Wow, so wise. We have to remember that wise. W for again, W for warrior. Inspirational, secured, and educated. Oh, how about you, Chams?
I like the S. Zaya, secured. It's almost synonymous to empowered. For me, an empowered woman is a woman who is determined to seek the way she wants to live her life and confidently makes decisions to align with it.
And how about you, Grace?
For me, an empowered woman is someone who knows her worth and speaks well, speaks her mind. It's more on believing herself and making sure that she embraces life with joy and happiness and confidence. And also, it's more about believing herself and making sure that everyone around her, she can influence them and she inspires them. And I think that's an empowered woman.
I like that though. I like the part where she says joy.
Joy, yes.
Kasi
Do everything with joy.
yeah, when you're joyful, you it's easy to influence others, diba?
Because it's the power of being a woman. Do you believe that an empowered woman also means she's able to pursue equal opportunities? What are your thoughts on this?
Of course, definitely, an empowered woman is a woman who always advocates for herself. Meaning every opportunity, she sees that as an avenue to contribute, to influence, and to make a change.
Wow. Okay, so that's only the first question. So thank you again, Lea, Grace, and Chams. So over the years, we have seen progress, increasing number of women in the senior leadership. And based on the recent survey of women in business conducted by Grant Thornton, and the percentage of women in senior leadership has been increasing. What do you think, Lea? Maybe can give some factors, a reason why is this so?
Reasons. I think one of the important factors that lead to increase in women in leadership are the initiatives of the companies. They have developed their initiatives on the NIB. And I think it's purposive on a lot of companies. No, they're very deliberative in making their decisions. They also consider that they have a good percentage of women in the workplace and in the leadership and in the boardroom.
Yeah.
So,
So do you think having a target is important to organization, meaning target of the percentage of women in senior management?
I think it's very important in any strategy. You have to have a target. Those are goalposts that you have that you can check whether you're in the right direction. At least if you set the target, then you can identify what are the things that you need to do if you're not reaching your target, and you can easily remedy them if there's a difficulty in reaching those targets. So without targets, you wouldn't know how to get to your goal. So that's very important.
Okay. Do you know that based on the recent survey of women in business of Grand Thornton, 60.2% of women in senior management feel treated equally in the workplace? So Grace, do you think this have to do with the increase in women in the senior leadership?
Yes, I believe so, Miss Mai. The increase of women in the leadership role makes a big part in making sure that the environment is safe and inclusive. When women leads, they promote equality, they promote the environment of being fair to everyone. So higher the number of women in the workplace, it gives more influence, it gives more presence of the women there, and it will make the environment easy to work with, inclusive, diversified, and they can belong to everyone.
That's good. I think the statistics is very high,
60.2 kasi.
60.2. But I have a caution about the word feel. Because I think that feelings has something to do with awareness also. And I think emotions, yeah. So a bird may be happily chirping in a cage, but that's only because it didn't know that there's the freedom of flying. So parang you also have to balance it with awareness. Because sometimes you feel, but is the feeling valid?
Yeah, I think it also circle back to what you said, educate yourself.
That's why the importance of these things, having avenues to talk about women empowerment, to promote awareness to all the people.
Conversations in the workplace is very
conversations.
important.
Talking about the initiatives of the firm, one of our initiatives is focusing on DE&IB. And I know you're one of the partners who's leading this initiative. So, can you talk about, I know we have Pantay. Can you
Yes.
talk about it and share us what are you doing in this Pantay initiative?
Yes. We have these sustainability pillars, wherein one of the initiative is Pantay. It means being fair, being equal. We moved to Pantay, wherein we emphasizes on the D&I, making sure that women are having the fair treatment, equal opportunity for different activities. So here we have in our firm we have this growth series. Women are invited to provide talks about their experiences.
So again, creating awareness.
Yes, awareness, and then they promote also what are their experiences in the work, at home, being a mother.
And hopefully inspire our people.
Yes.
Back to my inspiration.
Back to your inspiration. Okay. So that's one of the activities that you do in Pantay in relation to women empowerment. So it's good that we have this Pantay initiatives in the workplace. But it's good to see Pantay taking active steps toward workplace safety and equality, as you mentioned. But safety alone isn't enough. Diba? So this is where strong mentorship and leadership opportunities enter. So as I said a while ago, the percentage of women in senior roles has increased, and so does mentoring. So Lea, what do you think was the role of mentoring in that growth?
I think it plays a lot, no. In our culture, mentoring and coaching is very important. So it's very important that you have inspirational women, that you see women in senior leadership roles. And I think for me, no, when I also talk to my coachees, it's very important that we discuss what are her goals, and we focus on what are if she has special needs, or she needs support so that she can make it, she can balance her work, her life, and we have meaningful discussions. When we have coaching sessions, we have meaningful discussions on what she thinks is important in helping her grow into her role.
So it's an individual mentoring session.
Yeah, we identify what are when we do our coaching, we identify what are her goals and what are the support that she needs from the firm. And I think it's very important, because when coaching is not just a discussion or a conversation. We translate that into action, because
We
when
set
she's
goals.
yeah,
We
you set goals, and then we also translate that into action, not just for her, not just on her, but also for the firm, because we support them. So if she says that I need more training on something, then we provide the training, or we give her the avenue for that training. Or if she identifies that I need certain exposure in particular engagement, then we're purposive
Yeah.
in assigning engagements, no? So we give her the type of engagements that she also needs. So coaching, mentoring, it's very important. The importance there is identifying, having meaningful discussions, and doing something about it.
Yeah, setting goals and then do something about it. So how about the Chams?
That's true. And I remember I have this coachee. So from the time that we learned that she is pregnant, so I was there already to be a mentor and a coach to her. So we're having this series of conversation on how she's feeling at every stage of her pregnancy. And now that she already gave birth, I'm also having that conversation to her to encourage her to know how can I be of help, how can the firm be of help for her to be successful still in her role when she goes back to work, and what are her specific situations, circumstances at the moment, and how can we be flexible in assigning projects to her.
So it's good that the firm has created this kind of safe environment for your coachee to discuss with you the situation, and to let you know of her feelings, just so you can support her.
That's true, and it's very important that they have a role model to look at in the firm. Me being also a young mom, I became a mom when I was in a managerial role in the firm. So I can, empathize to her situation, as I was also there. I've experienced all that she's experiencing now. So it's very good that, she knows that she has someone to look up to, and that she can understand that it's very doable, looking at how far we've become now. I know you're also in
Yeah, it can be
position
done.
with
It can be done. You can do it at the same time.
If I did it, you can
You
do
can
it.
do too also. So Grace, you have 4 kids. I have 5. I feel
Yes, I feel you, Chams. Having 4 children. I don't know at that time whether am I still good at work, and I'm having this pregnancy. I have that conscious mind asking my boss or asking my coach, can I still do it, given that I love working, but I need this. I feel the people, my staff right now, that in the office we have 5 women who are pregnant.
Right now?
Yes. So we are so productive.
productive both at work.
Yes, productive both
home.
at
At
work
home.
and at home.
So that's work-life balance.
Yes.
It's very important because both activities, both are important. They cannot let go of anyone. So we talk to the employees and share our experiences before, that every time, for example, for myself, every time I gave birth, I got promoted.
Wow.
Yes, I realized it. So they are really
Is that the
God's-
secret of promotion?
So it's really God's blessing, and it's really a passion that if you want to do it, it's important for you, so you can do it. You cannot go off anything. Just do it.
Beyond individual growth, as what we have mentioned a while ago, the firm has set a goal in the number of women leaders. Also, I think also the firm has set a goal in terms of DNIB. And also, actually, many businesses have also set their goals in terms of DNIB targets. So what do you think, Chams? Does the firm need to do to be able to make sure that all of these initiatives would have a lasting impact, something that is sustainable?
So I'm a firm believer that a lot of things are founded on culture. We can implement a lot of activities, as we mentioned, but if those are not embedded within our culture, it's gonna be a one-time thing for everybody, right? So we can start, or organizations can start by promoting cultural awareness. So by implementing cultural awareness, we can make a lasting impact.
Yes.
So as simple as like having inclusive conversations about, women empowerment, the way we are doing right now, or in your day-to-day conversations, being conscious of like speaking about parenting, speaking about motherhood, and all those related to being a woman. So that helps a lot in embedding it in our culture.
Yeah, and I think going back to culture now, the firm culture is important, but also in one of the I've heard somewhere in an interview there was a woman leader, and she emphasized that an important factor also that contributed to her success in being a woman leader is the Filipino culture.
Right.
Kasi here in the
agree.
Philippines, we have support system that are embedded in the culture. It takes a village to raise a kid, and that's very true here in the Philippines. You have your mother, you have your mother-in-law who are helping you, and also you have your kasambahay, what you call kasambahay, or your nannies, your help. You have somebody who help you, so that your energies focus on important things, and then the errands are done by the people who support you.
Yeah, that's very important. I think in the Philippines has the higher percentage of women in leaders. And one of the factors mentioned is the support, and they call it support and development. So support in the house, support in the offices. So Grace, you started your motherhood here at PNA. So do you think are you happy with the initiatives that the firm is doing in terms of supporting the women leaders, or the mothers for that matter?
Yes, Miss Mai. With all the 4 children, they are all fruit of Grand Thornton. The 4 of them fruit of Grand Thornton. So I felt that I was well supported, like giving training. Now we have this hybrid setup. I was able to look at the children while working, and then able to do what is important.
Very important,
It is
I
very
think.
important that women are inspired in doing what they love, because it's important. And also, like we have this training program wherein we invite women leaders to inspire others to share the experiences, the pregnancy experience, the period wherein your emotions changes, but at the same time you can still deliver what you have to do at work.
So how has motherhood changed you the way you lead?
It changed me differently, the way I lead. I became more patient. I became more empathetic and adaptable with all the things around me. And also the sense of responsibility is higher now. Given that I have children, it's the same feeling in the office, wherein the support and the motherhood experience that I have, I apply it in the workplace. And people or employees feel that, and they are inspired.
I think that's important, no?
Yes.
I think that's important that you realize that the being a mother translates to being a better leader. Because it's in in before, no, I think some people think that being a mother is a negative factor, is a hindrance in being a leader. But Grace points out that it's an ace, no? It's you're able to translate the skills that you've learned as a mother into the workplace, and there's a fit, no? Especially here in our firm here in
It
Grand
fits
Thornton.
very well.
It
Yes.
inspires you, diba, to lead in the office, and you learn it from your leading in the house. Your experiences from leading.
And ano, diba, it translates because we say that here in PNA Grand Thornton, we're a family.
We support the
that's
family.
true, yeah.
Yeah, we're a family. So being a mother is not a hindrance. It's something that helps you.
That's true, and I really feel the support of the firm, and that's one thing that I really appreciate. So I remember when I came back from work, back from my pregnancy. So one thing that I really appreciate is the authentic conversation that my leaders had with me. So the first day that I came back from work, they called me into their office. My leaders asked me, how is my emotional state at the moment? Who has been supporting me? Are there any other support that they can provide to me? And that's one thing that I really appreciate, the empathy from them. How can they be helpful in terms of assigning flexible work arrangements or flexible work assignments to me. So I really feel that support just from having those conversations.
I can vouch for that also, being a mother of 5. All my 5 children are also Grand Thornton babies. Chams, did you ever feel the mom guilt? Moms, always have that feeling of guilt when we think that sometimes we seemingly prioritize our work.
Of course, not just me. I think this is true for everybody. Once you became a mom, it's inevitable to feel that mom guilt. And so, how am I dealing with that? Probably maybe different from others, but for me, I have to reframe my thinking in terms of the times or the moments that me and my children are not together. I'm viewing it as an opportunity for my children to work on their independence. And at the same time, it's a dedicated time for me to work on my growth and learning. So when we go back together, we discuss about what we learned when we were apart.
And I think technology also helps, no? Because a lot of
Right.
women, they do
Yeah.
telemothering.
That's
I mean, you're still in the office, but you can talk with their children. You
That's
can
true.
call
Yeah,
them.
Video
Yeah.
call.
Yeah, I remember when I just gave birth, so I installed a CCTV in my house. So I can still look at my baby who's in the crib 24/7.
Yeah.
Whenever I wanted to tell something to my baby, so I just speak to the CCTV, even though they cannot
Yeah.
understand yet.
Yeah, I think that's mom guilt, because of mom guilt also. Because you want your kids to hear your voice more than the
Yeah.
nanny. Because you want, yeah, okay, that's good. It's good, but during my time, there was no,
Yes, there was no
CCTV.
No, the technology is not yet that
Prevalent,
advanced
yeah.
at that time. Okay, so I had a wonderful time in the conversation, and thank you very much for your insights. And I hope you also had your great time. We can talk forever about these experiences. Lastly, just to wrap up the conversation, I have one final question to the 3 of you. What message could you give to women who dream to become an empowered women leader like you?
Oh, I think dreams are very important, but in this case, stop dreaming, do something about it. At a certain action, yeah. At a certain point, you have to start your journey. So if you see something, if you have a dream, you're thinking about doing it someday in the future, that day is now.
Thank you, Lea. How about you, Chams?
For you to be an empowered woman, you have to seek your purpose and confidently pursue it. And pay forward by being a role model to others as well.
Thank you. How about you, Grace?
It's more on believing in yourself. Chase what makes you happy and what gives you joy. And along the way, you will inspire other people. That makes you an empowered person.
Wow. Okay, so what a great conversation we had. So thank you very much, Lea, Grace, and Chams. So my key takeaway, I like what Lea has mentioned, the wise warrior inspirational, secure, and educated. And also, Chams, what I got from your insights, I like the mentoring. You mentor your staff to be inspired, to be a good role model to your staff and to the people around you. And Grace, I like, true to your name, graceful, joyful in everything that you're doing, and to be able to inspire others also and do everything with joy. So thank you very much, Lea, Chams, and Grace, for such a great insights. So this episode reminds us that progress always comes from within. As we celebrate this Women's Month, let's celebrate not just the achievements of women, but also the progress of how far we've come. That's it for this month's episode of The Briefing, brought to you by PNA Grand Thornton. Thank you for watching, and we hope today's insights and tips have equipped you with the knowledge you need to go beyond and create big ripples of impact. Download our 2025 Women in Business Report in PNA Grand Thornton's website and learn more about how businesses across the globe strive to achieve gender parity. Don't forget to follow us on social media and read our firm's publications. See you in the next episode.